Night and day is different for me than for other wolves. They run in a pack, but I roam alone. As soon as the sun rises, I join the human race. I walk among the fair-skinned. Oh, I walk among the ones that carry briefcases to work. I hide behind my shades. I can walk on two legs, just like them. But inside my fur, I feel like I'm an imposter, like it's all a charade. I'm shivering like I don't belong here, like my feet shouldn't touch the concrete. Still I do my 9 to 5. Oh, I've done so my whole life. I wouldn't want to rock the boat, not now, it's already shaking. Will they look beyond my wolf's grin? Oh, can they look past my sharp claws? 'Cause underneath these paws there's the pumping, a heart beating, and a soul searching for a land undivided by fur and skin. I'm the lonely wolf, and I'll keep dreaming. I'll keep dreaming. I'll keep dreaming. I'll keep dreaming. I'd love to find the someone who takes me for who I am. We both sit by the fire, sit close, and look into each other's heart. The truth is, I don't know where to start. No one seems to understand what I mean when I say that I live. I live between the hope of dawn and the peril of the dream. Will they look beyond my wolf's grin? Oh, can they look past my sharp claws? 'Cause underneath these paws there's the pumping, a heart beating, and a soul searching for a land undivided by fur and skin. I'm a lonely wolf, and I'll keep dreaming. Will they look beyond my wolf's grin? Can they look past my sharp claws? Will they see the blood? Can they feel the heart beating? Can they see the soul? Will they look for the land? Will they touch my fur? Will they touch the skin? I keep dreaming, I keep dreaming. Oh, I keep dreaming. I keep dreaming. I keep dreaming. Keep the dream alive. I keep it alive. The dream.
All right, here we are. Where are we? Welcome to a impromptu stream from SL20B. Second Life is turning 20 years old, and the song that you just heard was actually a demo of a song called "Lonely Wolf." It was a homage to furry culture, and the last line, "I keep dreaming, I keep dreaming." This was referred, of course, referring to furries being accepted in mainstream normative society. But of course, it may also apply to the dream of not looking at Shyla being totally grayed out.
Me, I'm even low complexity. I'm not.
Yeah, you're very no. Well, here you go. The color is coming in, and again, I mean, I've said this many times. I was actually at the Chicago Second Life Community Convention 2007, and Philip Rosedale, founder, the God, his prim hair be blessed. Very nice shirt here, Shyla. He Philip appeared on stage for the keynote address with a T-shirt, a white T-shirt that just said "textures missing." And I honestly, I don't know. I mean, if I had one critique of Linden Lab, singular, it would be that their merchandise game is not very strong, right? I mean, Shala, you are a merchandise aficionado, at least when it comes to the Cubs, I guess. I don't know. I don't want to put you in a box or put you on the spot, but I mean, I can think if I were in charge of Linden Lab merchandise, I mean, I would offer these T-shirts that say "Textures missing, 20th 20th anniversary edition." Oh,
I was too late for this. I think I only saw it a couple of times. I think maybe if at any, but there you should be able to buy pants that go vertical. No, go horizontal.
oh yeah. I
I'm
mean
trying
that.
to say that diplomatically, right?
Well, that we still have. I mean, sometimes when I get booted off from, or when Sim is restarting. I mean, this is happening till this day, and I think it's very funny. Then you get the alert restarting in 60 seconds or so, and then if you don't leave, then you get kicked to a welcome area, and that I like that happening because I take screenshots because it's just hilarious. I mean, it's just like a gaggle of people in like really kind of huddled together, and
What
everybody
am I
is,
doing
yeah,
here?
what am I doing? What's going on? You know,
What is this place? Where is this?
why am I naked? And so
Yes.
on. Well, welcome to the folks watching here on YouTube. Welcome. Please let us know who you are. We got a whole bunch of people watching right now. One of them is me, monitoring the stream, and the other person is you. Oh, a third person
No,
just
no.
joined.
Mukatan is on.
Oh yeah,
Is on.
Mukatan is already gone. He's already a goner. That's how fast it goes. Um, um, Let me just type to him that the song was Lonely Wolf. Search for it on YouTube. Uh, the songwriter is a fellow by the name of Bernhard Drax. I'm not related to him. Okay, here we are. Welcome, Shyla.
It's a good song. I started dancing. I was dancing here. It's a good
Yeah.
song.
So here we are. Um,
We are at SL20B.
yeah, we were here before, and we're doing this without any plan or any map. Let's go in
Yeah.
here. Here's autism spectrum disorder exhibit.
Oh, this is great.
This is really great. I saw this from a distance here. Obviously, this is something that takes advantage of the spatial, um, nature of a 3D world. I mean, other things do too, but here, look at these puzzle pieces, and then you go up this ladder here, and you just have note. I mean, informational panels here. Some people with ASD have a known difference, such as a genetic condition, just informational stuff. I want to ask you, Charlotte. It's interesting because I'm doing a piece on so-called chronic fatigue syndrome, which is better,
Hmm.
which is really a problematic term, but we get into it. And the question that I also had to Adelia was if she understands that people don't want to be bothered by this NSL.
Oh
How
my gosh.
what but what would you say? I mean, I think uh, bringing attention to causes, um, Second Life is an amazing place to do this. But I can completely understand when people want to come into SL for to get away from everything. I can appreciate that. But what would you say to a person who would say like, oh, always people hitting you over the head with disease and issues.
You, you
Even
know,
Dragster talks about communism. I don't want to hear about this. I just wanna
I know.
I just wanna go shopping. Okay, now it sounds like I'm making fun of people. I don't, because I understand the need for escapism. This is totally fine.
Mhm.
But I
I mean, the
also,
world
yeah,
is overwhelming, but when you
yeah,
talk about disability and you talk about, well, things like ME, where it's very misunderstood, there's not a lot of education. I mean, I think something that happens too is we're willing to talk about conditions that are very public. And conditions that have become very public to me have been highlighted by people, I don't want to say in the limelight, but that's kind of what I mean, people that we look up to and such.
yeah,
And and so you have a lot of conditions like ME and even chronic pain that
yeah.
have never had anyone stand up for them, and so and are debilitating and are therefore scary. And I think people don't necessarily want to think about them, but we ought to.
Yeah,
We
we
ought to
ought to.
think about them and understand them because we don't know we don't know our future. And one of the things about them is they have really valuable lessons for how we live our lives and how we value ourselves and how we value time. Uh,
I agree 100% with you, and there is no doubt about that. Like I said, SL is a perfect place to bring attention to these issues. But my question is, how do we respond to someone who says, well, leave RL out of this? And my answer to that question would be, well, with all due respect, um, SL is gigantic. You can go anywhere you like. You There's no need to intersect with these issues if you don't want to. As a matter of fact, it's fairly easy to avoid. It's
Not with me around.
well, not okay.
I
Well,
mean,
okay.
because I
Number
wear a
one,
sign, I've worn signs all over SL. Like I am not a pre-existing condition, and I walked all over SL, and I did get complaints from people. And generally, I thought they were parcel owners, but I came to realize later that many of them were not. They were just people in Second Life who said, "Look, I'm trying to get away from this kind of stuff, and that's why I come here."
yeah.
And but I would leave. I'm not out to irritate, but I would like to educate,
Well, you
and I
have
want to
that
be
right to do
seen,
that. Yeah.
and yeah, and I want to be seen. And in SL, I'm a gecko, and if you don't know, I have chronic pain. If you don't look at my profile, uh, you you don't see it, which is
Oops. Now,
except
Shyla's
I'm
voice.
pretty
Yeah.
unseen in the physical world.
Here we go. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty unseen in the physical world too.
Right. No, and
You
no,
know,
I agree with you. And let me just amend. Yeah, you can get. So if somebody comes to me and says, I don't want to be bothered with things outside of my escapist activity. I don't want to be bothered with real life issues. Then my advice is uh, teleport to places where you're not interfacing with these issues is number one, and number two, never invite Shyla to a party, and or me for that matter.
That's yeah, because I can't help it. I have a genetic a condition called activism, and that's all I can do. Hey, Roxy joined us. Hi, Roxy. She's in YouTube.
Roxy's in Egypt. Oh, that's great.
No, no,
I've never.
YouTube,
Oh,
YouTube.
YouTube. Well, YouTube, Egypt, same thing. Um, Same difference. Sorry that we're bothering you, Roxy, with real life issues while we're here on the in Second Life. Difficulty with social interactions.
Yeah,
Now, um, see, this is great. This is to take an advantage of this. Like I said, this with the spatial nature versus versus a website, and
you know what I like
there's
about
these little bubbles
SL20B
moving.
too is there's these amazing builds that invite you in to learn. And what I love too is it invites you to go to these places where there are more amazing builds.
Hmm.
Do you know what I mean? So I love this build. I love climbing the stairs, and I love reading these panels.
I
You know,
think I
my
have.
problem is I can't write a short panel like that. I write a dissertation.
You write a dissertation just like Frank the Frog that we encountered last time. But his dissertations, I mean, he writes a lot of them. But if people haven't seen this, I encourage you to look at that because Frank is an interesting character. He's a frog, and he's meditating, and he gives long-winded answers, but they are full of wisdom. The one critique that I would have, I mean, I mean, who am I? Who in Germany we say the one who sits in the glass house shouldn't throw with stones. Uh, I'm not.
Unless you're outside.
Yeah, but yes, that's right. I mean, I'm saying this. I'm not. I shouldn't be criticizing someone for brevity or for the lack of brevity, like Frank the Frog had. But Frank the Frog was also starting each sentence with the same phrase as a meditating Zen enlightened frog who sits on a lily pad. I mean, I actually also think that. I mean, we are living, Shyla, in a world of identity politics. So I think maybe we should always start a sentence with as a uh, as a cis ally of LGBTQ furries, uh, video
Everyone.
machinima make. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
That
I think you know, some of the other things I've heard about issues is being overwhelmed. You know, we're
yes.
in kind of an overwhelming society. We've got a lot of issues going on, and I always like to tell people you are capable of change. Writing letters affects change. Calling people affects change. But I understand kind of picking one issue. But what makes it hard is when you don't have a well known. We're high up. I'm a little afraid of heights, but I'm
Oh,
enjoying this.
I thought you were
We're
afraid
going
of
to keep going.
horses.
I am. Anything that begins with H, I'm afraid of.
Oh, okay.
Hot
Hierarchy,
dogs. Hot dogs.
hot
Yeah,
dog.
hierarchy. Oh, what is this?
This will
Look
give you
up here.
probably look. This will give you one of those
Oh,
bubbles. That's
I like bubbles.
yeah, and then you can float around in the bubble. I think you can steer it.
I don't know. I'm not a good steer, apparently.
You're
I'm.
not in the bubble. Oh, you are. I
Oh,
see.
yeah, I'm in the bubble. Let me turn the A off.
We're all in bubbles. A lot of
Yeah, I'm just going in a circle here.
oh, people in bubbles, they do go in circles. Trust me on that. Sorry. Oops, we're talking
But this
about
is
real life
wonderful.
again. We're in a bubble floating in circles and we could enjoy it, but no, we need to see it
Oh,
as symbolism for the political landscape. Okay, fine.
well, I mean, I think we need to change that. Social issues are social issues.
Hmm.
I I don't want to be politicized.
Hmm.
I want to be able to say everyone deserves consideration. I just wrote a big long poem about this. That freedom requires responsibility and consideration.
Consideration for
And
others. Yeah. Yep.
yeah, and so freedom without responsibility is anarchy.
Taking responsibility. Well, oh, this is where I will disagree with you a little bit because I am borderline anarchist. I thought for a long time I'm a Marxist, but I might be an anarchist. And anarchism is not chaos. It
No,
is actually really, it's very caring for others in its original theoretical conception. I mean, I'm talking about the theoretical conception from as postulated by Bakunin and Kropotkin. Um, so, oops. Oh, I went into a different region.
oh,
Oh, do you still see me?
I see you somewhere on the mini map.
Okay.
Yeah,
Anyway,
on
sorry,
the
I
mini map.
interrupted you.
Oh, now you disappeared.
Talk a
Let me
little bit
find it.
about freedom. That is really important because a lot of people
Well,
will
the
say
line
freedom.
is freedom without responsibility is an atrocity.
Yeah.
that's the opening line in the poem, and the poem kind of uses the metaphor or the analogy of neighborliness. When I was a kid, there was a certain neighborliness, and you didn't have to know people to be neighborly and to be considerate.
Hmm.
um, and there were things that weren't. Don't get me wrong. There were things like environment and stuff that we didn't think as much about when I was a kid, which is a shame. But that's what I mean. It takes. I mean, if you're not, well, I mean,
No, I know exactly what you're saying. It takes everybody talks about freedom. I need my freedom. I want my freedom. And very often when people talk about freedom in that regard, it is utter selfishness to do what they want,
yes,
and I don't care about anybody else. And you're saying that freedom has to go along with taking responsibility for other people. Otherwise, it is an atrocity, and that is spot on. Because if I only care about myself and my own freedom, I will, by definition, clash with other people's conception of their freedom, and that
yes, you'll infringe,
I will infringe, correct, and that will
which is
result.
the complaint, right?
Yep,
People who want ultimate freedom complain that other people are infringing on on their freedom as they infringe on other people's freedom.
that's right. Yep,
That's the circle. And I don't know where you are anymore.
me
Um,
neither, because I'm camming around and I found a really cool place. Now, how do in Firestorm, isn't there like a double click to teleport or something?
there is, but I don't even see you on the map. Uh, why don't you bring me over and
Wait,
I'll join you?
I have to see if I can double click to teleport here. The trick is always to find a place to sit. This looks really cool. My game of life. Okay, hold on, bear with me. People on the stream, how many people are watching? Oh, there's 5 people outside of us. How do I double
Oh,
click teleport?
7. I see 7. I think you just double click on me and you should end up. Let me actually. I'm on a walkway, so it won't be too bad. Uh,
Uh,
but do you want to come back to me, or do you want me to come to you?
teleport to click to double click on land, teleport to click point. Here we go. No, no,
Yeah.
no. I cammed all the to a very different place and I don't want to lose it. And so I want to teleport there and then I can
Hmm.
bring you I see a bench but I'm not in the same region, so that's why I can't teleport. I understand. Oh, oh, I see it though. Okay, I can see it. I can fly there.
Oh, I see you now. I've got you now in my mini map. So I'll just come join you. I'll fly over to where you are.
So where were we in the discussion of this infringing?
Freedom
So
and responsibility. Yeah, we were infringement
right.
on infringement upon infringement.
I'm infringing on you, infringing on me. No, I mean this should be so straightforward to people, and I don't know why it is not. But then again, I mean we have had, and you're saying there was a neighborliness that you're missing from growing up. I agree. I think there's no doubt that society has gotten more selfish. I think it's our economic system that incentivizes selfishness because if you get ahead, then you get ahead, and it's social Darwinism basically 2.0. Um, but I also think that people like Ayn Rand with her stupid, immature, infantilizing conception of if you're just pursuing your own selfishness, then it will be good for everybody. That is extremely attractive to people who are very immature. And I mean, I really do think we're, for the most part, led by people in very powerful positions who are emotionally somewhere between 12 and 15. And I do not want to. I hesitated saying this because a 12-year-old will write me and say, "Hey, I'm more mature than Elon Musk," and I will say, "Yes, absolutely. I apologize to all 12-year-olds. Absolutely." So,
Yeah, I don't.
oops. Yeah.
You remember? I don't know if you remember this as a kid, but I remember sometimes. Oh, hi, Ghost Wolf. Good to see you in the YouTube chat. I
Ghost Wolf.
remember.
Hey,
Yeah,
Ghost
Ghost
Wolf.
Wolf is.
We're gonna play the song about the wolf later on. You may have missed it. I wrote a song long time ago, maybe 10 years ago, for in honor of the furry community, and it's called Lonely Wolf. It's available on you. It's available, actually. You can buy it probably. But anyway, Shyla, go ahead.
Oh yeah. I mean, I remember as a kid being asked, "Was that nice?"
Mm-hmm.
Right? Do you remember that ever being said? Like, if I took a toy from my brother, was that nice? And can you share?
Mm-hmm.
Right? And those lessons were there, but somehow my goal was to become an adult so I could do whatever I wanted because adults got to do
Mm-hmm.
whatever they wanted. And you're right, it was a maturing thing to realize one, nobody really wants to be around me if all I'm doing is what I want. Right?
Yes
It's
and no, Shala, and you know as well as I do because we had a lot of conversations. First of all, I agree with you 100%, but also the reality is that in a in a position of power, you can do whatever you want, and the people that surround you in equal positions of power, they also do that. Now, I also was raised with, being nice and being community oriented. Also, I was also raised, I remember this, my mother always stressed the point of like picking up trash if you see trash, right? You pick up, you see like a candy wrapper in the park, you pick it up. No, you didn't throw it away, but you pick it up and you throw it in the
yeah.
trash. So these things I think are important. At the same time,
I
Shyla,
never threw things in the trash.
you didn't?
No, I put them in a shoebox and I made stories up about them.
Oh,
Yeah, I had a
candy
shoebox.
wrappers.
Candy wrappers, rocks, broken glass,
That is pretty cool. Broken glass, guns.
broken. It was not particularly approved of in my family to walk
Yeah.
in the gutters and pick up trash.
Oh, yeah.
But my grandfather loved it, and he would create stories with me. We'd talk about the glass being a bottle that was thrown in the ocean, and it had a message in it at what time, and what was that message, and
hmm
why was
Message
it
in a
lost?
broken glass bottle.
I know. But I think my parents thought, no wonder everyone thinks you're weird. You're staring down in the gutter all the
Get your head
time.
out of the gutter, they said. Okay, but wait. So I want to say,
But we're back at the picking up trash.
well,
What do you think
earlier you
about
said that you have a condition called activism. And I want to get your 2 cents on this because when you are afflicted with that condition called activism, you also understand that power concedes nothing
that?
without being nice. So disruption, when you talk about changing the world and to the for the better for the majority of people, then you need to apply tactics. That's my I'm convinced about that that are sometimes not nice. Now, I just heard a huge discussion on the issue of because there's a new book on MLK and Malcolm X
Mm,
with new research. It's absolutely fascinating because we live in a time where MLK has been almost completely sanitized. As the nice guy, he was discussing things and he was nothing like Malcolm X, who was crazy and radical. And oh my God, don't get me started on the Black
wasn't
Panthers.
crazy, but he was radical for the time. Yes.
Right, but the thing is, and there is historical evidence. First of all, Martin Luther King was completely cognizant dis of the importance of disrupting the status quo. He was not just your friendly Negro from the corner who said, "Oh yeah, of course I understand, Mr. Powerful Man. Could you make this one concession?" No, he was not. And on Martin Luther King Day, I think the most nauseating thing is when uh, the other people have pointed this out, when like the FBI, that's not a joke, the FBI,
No.
official FBI Twitter account tweeted Martin Luther King quote and stuff like that. So he has been extremely sanitized by history. And this new evidence suggests that he may not have employed tactics of Malcolm X, but he was completely on board with more radical tactics as a strategy. And I just want your take on how do you square being nice and also being an activist?
Well, all right, this may not sound the best,
Oh, we're already
but
losing viewers. Don't mind.
but I
We're
think
not clickbait.
um, I think there's an ability of the people to manipulate the the powerful,
Hmm.
and that is the goal. So when I think of politicians who are crooked, I think their number one goal is to be reelected.
Hmm.
So if I write letters and say, you know what, I support this, I don't support that, they check off a box, and says that equals 1,000 or 10,000 votes. When I write one letter,
Hmm.
it's multiplied by how many votes that makes.
Yep.
And so if we all wrote letters, they would do what what we essentially ask, because they would know that that's a voting issue for us, and their primary goal is to be reelected.
Yep.
Because as a politician in the United States, you make a lot of money. And the same is true if it's possible. Now, I think about certain companies that cater to socioeconomic, maybe lower socioeconomic, they're very helpful to, but they're used, and they pay employees very poorly, they treat employees very poorly, and
Yep.
everybody supports them because why? It's it's a lower cost. It's a cost savings, and everyone's chasing the American dream. And I don't know that that's an effective way to live our lives anymore. I think the effective way to lead our lives is to try to be effective in managing our government.
Okay. Now, I know that we agree on almost everything, and I agree on this as well, but let me briefly expand on something. And first of all, hello, Samurai Zeppelin. That's cool that
Oh,
we have
hi.
him here. Um, Please can you send him the link of the stream because he can't hear us? Um, so, Shyla, I agree with you. And writing letters and pushing elected officials, I mean, this is what democracy is. However, I am absolutely convinced that this is absolutely not enough to affect change, and it never was. All the stuff that we enjoy now, gay rights, um, the little environmental stuff, protection that we have that is not yet dismantled, um,
Yeah,
women's rights, etc. It came from a combination of intense pressure from the grassroots, from the street. If you
absolutely.
don't disrupt the status quo, if you don't disrupt the comfortable, nothing will ever change. And this is more true today than ever. And the main reason is, Shyla, is because elected officials are more influenced today than they ever were by lobbyists' money. The power
Yes.
of money, of money from lobbyists in politics is worse than ever before. So, you may affect with your, let's say, your letter writing and calling campaign, you may push someone who has good ideas and intentions to say, okay, I'll do it when I get elected. Then they get elected, but then they see more cash from industry and special interests and such, and then it's out the window what you wanted him to do.
No, no. It's my responsibility to understand how politicians are voting, and I think that feels overwhelming to people.
That is
Just
also
like we were
good point.
talking with
Yep.
disability. So if the politicians' number one goal is to get reelected because they would like all that lobbyist perks, then it's my goal to say this is the only way you're going to get my vote is to do this and to do this and to do this, and they'll count that all up and take a strategy
Hmm.
of how they can get reelected. And if they don't do that, then uh, then we can't reelect them.
Okay.
And I think that's a big.
That,
I think it's about taking an active role,
oh,
being
absolutely.
an
You
activist.
yes.
And
Yes,
I
yes.
agree with you about
The word
protests.
active
I think
yep.
protests need to be peaceful. And I think we have a problem right now that protests are often, I'm going to say often, I don't think that's wrong, infiltrated by people who are really not even necessarily in support of the goal, who kind of start this uh, 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 bashing of windows and stuff. And we've seen it,
Um
and I
yeah.
believe in it. And I think that peaceful protest can still gob up. When you look at Martin Luther King and all the people crossing the bridge,
Yeah.
right? There was no way to get a car across that bridge.
I agree.
And no
Yep.
matter what the police did, it was horrific what was done.
Exactly.
Um,
And no, no,
they
this is
they
a great point.
stayed, and I think um, one of the ways the um, I don't know what, because why would you be opposed to equal rights? Uh, uh, Things like that. Why would you be opposed unless you felt that providing everyone with an equal playing field was too much because it takes away from your getting ahead in the world?
Shyla, I agree 100%. Let me make three quick points. And Samuri invited us to his place. Now, Shyla, three things. I agree with you 100%, but I do have to say when we talk about and peaceful protesting, the walk on the bridge, now the name escapes me of the bridge, is a great example because actions like that, mass action, also shows the brutality of the police to the mainstream people who are watching on TV. So that is important. What's happening, for example, right now in Germany, which I completely support, is a group called Last Generation, Letzte Generation. They glue themselves on the freeway, right? So they're blocking the freeway and they're gluing themselves on the freeway, and they have very clear demands, which I think is important. And their demands is for the government of Germany to stay within the accords of the last climate conference, which we are failing. And they don't want they don't have any radical demands. That's the absurdity, right? In how they're being treated because their actions may be radical. They're gluing themselves on the freeway. There's incredible aggression of drivers. There's been instances where drivers get out of the car. One guy was kicking the guy on the ground with his
Mm.
foot, stuff like that. The interesting thing is when that started, this is obviously a climate protest, but again, the demands are very, very low level. They're just like, hey, we have something that is in the inscribed in the law, and we want Germany to meet those goals, right? But the current
Right.
administration is totally not doing that. So that's why they're doing it. Now, what's happening is in the beginning it was criticized, oh my God, yeah, I also want climate change, but these guys are way too radical. Oh my God, they're gonna alienate the normies. You know what's happening? The normies sit in front of the TV and they watch the aggressive car drivers kicking an 18-year-old in the gut. The normies go like, wow, that's not right. So what's happening is exactly the opposite. That people who are somewhat apolitical, and I call them normies, they go, they want to read the paper, they go to vote, they go to a show, but then they want to sleep and they don't want to be bothered. They
Right.
are they are being radicalized in the best sense of the word. They look at this and go like, that's not right. I know they're kind of disrupting and I would like them not to be, but that the guy kicks him just because he feels he has the right to because he drives a Lexus or a Tesla. No. So that's good. But last thing to what you were saying in terms of the radical response to, let's say, George Floyd or this 17-year-old teenager who was murdered by police in France.
Right. Yeah.
And the policeman is on tape saying, I'm going to shoot you in the effing head, right?
Right.
So
Right.
that stuff is documented. We have it on tape.
It's crazy.
That that the suppressed population, this immigrant population, being suppressed decades, that they're torching
Right.
cars, I don't blame them at all. Now, but what you're also saying,
I think that's a good point, but that's not how it's perceived. And the closing of the freeway,
well, things are
ACT UP closed free. They closed the Oakland Bay Bridge, is what ACT UP did.
same thing, yeah,
To kind of, yeah, it was the same thing.
right.
And the people reacted very poorly. The media reacted very poorly to that. And the point was, it's a minor inconvenience to have to sit on a bridge an extra half hour, and the inconvenience of AIDS is dying.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
know,
yeah.
it's completely different, and people don't see that. And I don't think, again, that whole, I don't know, I don't know what it is, but there is a need to escape. I have a need
Shyla, let
to
me
escape.
briefly respond. I don't want these are great points, but I want to
Yeah,
respond.
we want to see build through.
No, no, I want to respond with two things. And Mukatan has joined us, but he's already walking away. Oh my God, poor Mukatan's like, I don't want to hear about American politics. I want to have.
Oh, before you do that,
I'm just a little
um,
dog.
Roxy had a point. She said that when you were talking about the climate, the UK version is Extinction Rebellion. It's the
Yeah,
same
yeah.
request to help the climate. Yeah.
Yeah, Extinction Rebellion, exactly. They're doing fantastic work, and also there's laws coming in the UK and Germany everywhere to make this protest criminal. But Shai, let me say one more thing. From your earlier point about that you don't like when people go to protest and then there's people smashing windows. Let's be very clear on this. Um, in the case of the reaction to the George Floyd murder and other murders by
Mm-hmm.
police,
Right.
there was windows smashed. One thing that was on TV was that Target or that tire shop, and it's now known that these were, surprise, surprise, agent provocateurs that were from the police
Exactly.
infiltrating these movements. So the movements need to be careful. And last point, and then we can move on. I agree with you what you just said about the perception on TV, and when I said, like, how the normies are getting on the side of these climate protesters, which is cool. This is my assessment. I don't have any numbers. It could very well, the pendulum can swing all the way to the other side. Absolutely, because the way it's
Pickle.
framed on the media has a huge impact, and depending on how the media feels, I mean, this commercial media is commercial and it's paid for by certain interests. So yeah, I'm not.
Makes money by keeping people kind of excited and engaged and changing topics every couple of days or
No, my
every day.
point is a different one. The point is, do these actions? The big question is, do these types of activisms uh, get the larger apoliticized population onto your side, or do they not? And the verdict is out. I don't have the answer,
Yes.
but what I see in my own little micro circle is that the people that I call normies are actually swayed. And why? Because they see violence, and they see the violence perpetrated against protesters who may be annoying, who may, put paint on on a bit on a bank building, but the way the cops handle it and the way other bystanders handle it, they don't appreciate that. They don't like to see that kind of violence. You see what I'm saying? So the
Absolutely.
normie
Yeah.
sitting there who just wants to drink his coffee, read the baseball stats, and sees on TV a person that glues himself on the freeway, he goes like, "Oh my God, these stupid kids! They should better get a job." He thinks like that, and 5 seconds later, a guy who drives a huge SUV gets out of the SUV and kicks the guy in the gut. The normie will say, "Well, I think that 19-year-old shouldn't glue himself on the street and get a freaking job, but that guy came out of the SUV, that's an asshole." You see? And then
Yes,
that's what I think. And then what happens in the brains of these normies is over time, maybe they realize I don't want to be that asshole in that SUV. I don't know.
maybe. I'll tell you a story about that later, but let's look at Bill's.
Right. Hello, hello, clock. Welcome. We're in a private call for ease of convenience, for convenience of ease, and let's go to um.
I'm giving Hollow Cluck the video link.
He is actually on the chat. So
Oh, good. All right.
Samuri, I'm gonna teleport to what Samuri gave us. Clean craze, recycling for a bright future. And I don't know, Mukutan, are you still with us? Mukutan walked away. Ooh,
I see you here.
do you see me? Look at all these
I do.
cans.
I see you. I'm gonna fall down on you. Here I am.
Look, here is Samuri and Tina. Hello, Tina.
Tina dancing, having a good time.
Yeah.
Here's Samurai.
Hello, hello, is Samuri.
Samuri. Samuri. I'm sorry.
Samuri, this is my friend Shyla. Her username may be Crijon, but she's known as Shyla the Super Gecko. So what do
Yeah.
we have here, Samuri and Tina? What is this wonderful exhibit?
Well, it says it just asked us to fix the soda machine, so
Oh, but I don't drink
uh,
soda. Don't get me
I
started. I know Samuri, Tina. We just want to have fun. Drex is gonna start with talking about sugar. Oh no.
you'll need some sort of tool to try your hand at fixing this. There must be a tool somewhere.
Ooh, this is like a
It
little
is sort
game
of.
that wants us to drink sugary beverages.
Oh, I have to carry a wastebasket so I can put this away. All right, so I'm gonna do the experience here, and then let me. I've got. Oh, look, I've got a little wastebasket on my back.
Oh, Holoclock in the chat says, rarely do protesters call vandalism or looting. Absolutely correct. That was my point. Holoclock says he doesn't make it easy to follow. You're damn right, Holo. I just broadcast um, I broadcast the slurl in the on the chat, um,
Oh,
and you
look, I
can
got
just
another can.
double click me. But anyway, how did you do that?
Oh, go to the wastebaskets here
Okay.
and click that, and that one will attach to your back. And
Oh,
then you got
here's
to pick up soda
Mukutan.
cans. Mukaton found us, and then you've got to pick up the cans. You got to put cans. Well, yeah, you don't drink soda, but you said if you saw litter, you would pick it up.
Right. My mom told me to pick up litter.
Mine did too. So you just walk into
Wait,
the cans
I'm
and you
picking up I'm
pick them up.
picking up Mukutan. He looks like litter.
No, that's terrible.
Why?
All
It's very
right, I
cute.
need
I mean,
a.
if
He's
if
very cute, but he doesn't look like litter.
no.
What are you saying?
Okay, so now I'm gonna grab a
Here, I'm gonna.
basket. I'm gonna attach this basket to myself. Oh wow! Find and collect 25 soda cans from around the cafe.
Oh,
That is
look,
pretty
my
cool.
basket is filling up.
Mine is
See, I'm
not.
getting cans.
Oh,
Well, you have to pick up a can.
you know when I was in radio back in the day, and I don't know how many old people are watching this stream.
Don't call me old.
Well, I'm watching it, so yeah. You're too far. Okay, there was a commercial. Hey, you took my can.
I
Shyla's
know.
taking my cans. There was.
I want
Oh, but I
25.
could get that one on the. No. Oh. Oh, and people say Second Life is not a game. See, I'm losing.
But you can play a game in it.
Aha. Where did you get
Oh,
that?
this must be a can.
Oh, see now, but now I'm gonna go. I got one. I got. Oops. Well, this commercial.
Oh,
Well, it was.
Tina got one.
It was recycle. It's good for the bottle and good for the can.
Oh, here's a couple on this old beat up car here. I would take this car and I would redo it. And I don't drive anymore, but I would just park it outside so people could see it.
Which one? This pickup truck?
No, 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 the pickup truck. This nice, this one right here. I can't. There's a name for this car, but I forget what
Oh,
it
this
is.
is oh,
Is
I
it a
forget.
Chevy
It's a
or
Chevy.
Plymouth?
Oh, it might be Plymouth. My friend Werner, when he came to America, he had a Chevy like this, and he was from East Germany. They didn't have any cars. It was really a new world for him.
Oh, wait a minute. Your Crystal Craze recycling is full.
Okay,
Uh, Head over to the recycling center to
okay.
turn in your cans. All
Hmm.
right. Let's see. It looks like it's over here. Tina's helping me.
Now,
It's
I,
over here.
Shyla, as you know, as we discussed earlier, we don't want to bring politics into. You can make a game in Second Life, says Mukutan. I guess. Never occurred to me.
Yeah.
Interesting.
All
I
right. Well, anything else?
actually,
But
actually,
I have to go
Mukutan,
to the.
Mukutan, there is a series called Made in SL, and I did two episodes called Games Made in SL. Let me put this here for Mukutan. Mukutan, check out my series. This keyboard made in SL. I have two episodes on games, or three.
Okay, I have to wait till my soda cans are recycled into something. This is so
This is
awesome.
amazing. What is it going to be recycled into? Another
I
can?
don't know. I think a
Oh,
gold
don't jump
brick.
on the
Oh,
machine. You're gonna be recycled. They're gonna
it's a
recycle.
wrench. Now I can go fix the soda machine, which you don't drink soda, but I drink soda all the
Yeah.
time. I'm a gecko. Look, there's my confident walk. See, I'm gonna fix the soda machine.
Wait, but shouldn't you wait here until you get? Are you gonna get your prize?
Well, the whole it's asked me to help them fix the machine, so
Oh,
I've got a wrench, and Tina's leading me around. She's so helpful.
oh, that's right.
All
There was
right,
a wrench there. Right, I saw
yeah.
it.
Oh, it says I get a prize. I got a prize.
Your prize is a 2-year subscription of to the Recycler magazine.
Dr. Pepper.
No, Dr. Pep. I just saw Recycler and I thought the Recycler, that was a magazine of ads and classifieds and stuff.
Oh, the recycled.
The Recycler in LA.
Oh, the recycler.
Yep.
I don't remember that. I used to
There
live
was
there.
the Recycler and then there was the LA Weekly. Have I ever told that story where there was an ad in the LA Weekly that I answered?
No.
You want to hear that
What is
story?
that story?
Okay.
Well, now
Well,
that you've given us a teaser, yes.
so I was 25. Some people go like, okay, at 25. When they hear that story, you go like, you were 25 and fell for that? Oh my God. So what happened was I was I made some money with development deals in the music industry, and then my partner and I we it fell apart, and I was 25 and I was a little depressed. I was in Encino. I went to Jerry's Famous Deli and ate a lot of cake to not be depressed and watch TV, and then I'm reading the Recycler. It was kind of a year of nothing going on. And in the Recycler was an ad where it says that older women, older lonely women, right?
Oh no.
Oh, wait, this this region is gonna restart. I gotta finish my story before the region restarts.
You've got 3 minutes or something.
Okay,
Hurry.
so older women, they're looking for companionship, and so what you had to do if you were interested in meeting these women and maybe possibly making a little money, you would have to send in $1 to get the address of these women.
You've got your 25, I think. You have to recycle.
See, I'm telling a story, and people are only interested in recycling. That's not bad.
That's not bad.
No, that's not bad. I mean,
This is a great exhibit, right?
that's
It's
absolutely it is. Absolutely. I'm just testing how great the exhibit is by trying with the attention economy.
240 seconds. Keep going.
230. So, okay, so in the ad it says, well, if you like to get to know these women, these older women. Oh, wait a minute. I lost my backpack already. Why did I lose it?
I know, 25 more.
No, I lost it. It's gone.
Well, let's see if it'll let you recycle.
Huh. Why did they remove the backpack? Probably because I was full, right?
Yeah, because you were full. So try clicking on the bin where it says soda cans. Click up there and see if it'll take them all.
Where? Here? Oh yeah,
Uh,
here.
yeah, here. See if it
Uh-oh.
tells you it'll take them, or you got to find 25 more.
No, no. I'm protesting. Listen, recycling is good, but you know what's better for the environment? Not using
3 minutes.
no, telling your stories in 3 minutes. That's better for the environment. What's even better for the environment? Click the basket again. Click the basket again. What's better for the environment is not flying with your private jet from Hollywood to Van Nuys.
Oh, that's true.
That is
Yeah.
true, and people do that. And again, this is not to say we should not recycle, but we need to keep it in perspective. So because what we do is good. Your crazy is full. Head on over to the recycling center. Okay, I can do
Okay,
this.
now you've got it, so now you can go back. It
Now,
didn't
can I
end.
finish the story? So there was an ad in the LA Weekly that said you can meet older women who have lots of dough, and you're lonely, they're lonely. Put two and two together. And I said, cool. What do I have to do? And the ad says, mail in $1 in cash. We're talking about 1995. There was no Bitcoin. And you mail it to this address, and you will get the address. You will get these addresses, right?
So did you send $1?
Yes, and nothing ever came back.
Oh, you got
Now
scammed.
this was now in hindsight, it looks to me almost like Shyla. I don't know. You tell me if I'm wrong, but this sounds like it was actually almost like the Nigerian email scam where you get an email that this I'm a Nigerian prince and I have $20 million, and if you help me to get them out of the country, I give you 10 million. Now, of course, a dollar is not 10 million, but ooh, it's so bright. The
Are you
sun
gonna wait
changed. Oh, we're
until
getting
we get
bumped.
kicked
We need,
off of here? Yeah.
yeah, we need to get somewhere else quickly. Okay, I go somewhere, you go somewhere. Here's the kitty cats. Let's go to the kitty cats
All right. TP me over there.
quickly. TP. Bada bang bing bing. Now in
Bada
the
bum,
chat,
bada bing.
um, I'm looking at the chat. Holo clock, Hollywood to the nice. I guess
We're not far enough.
Holo clock is not following the news on this on the private jets who do that. And Hollywood to Van Nuys is not 20 minutes. It wasn't in 1995, and the last time I was in the area was 2019. It wasn't then. So with the car, even if you're in a limo, it's not 20 minutes anymore. So the point I'm making is there are people who actually fly, executive
Yeah, yeah.
celebrities,
I mean, there's a
whoever
lot
can
of people
afford
who
it.
have their own runway at their house.
Yep, absolutely insane. So the larger point is again is not I'm not advocating cynicism like what the fuck it doesn't matter what I do. It does. It absolutely does. Even if it's for your own equilibrium and for your own moral sort of uh, integrity. But in the grander scheme of things, this is obviously a systemic issue and an issue of this our beloved economic system. Okay, where is Samurai? Are they still on their sim?
I don't know if they are. They're going to end up in that place where they say, "Where am I?" Like we almost We had 30 seconds. We almost ended up there.
Yep.
This doesn't look like SL20B anymore. What happened?
What happened? This is Fred Willard. What happened?
What happened?
Fred Willard is also not anymore longer with us. This is SL20B. Look, let's wait until it reses.
Yeah, this is great.
This
Look at, I
is.
live in central United States, north central United States. And
Hmm.
when people moved out there, the prairie grass was so tall, it was like me in this grass. They would lose their children in it.
What?
You would become disoriented because the kids would not be as tall as the grass.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And they would just leave them there, the kids?
Well, it's easier.
Yeah, I mean, in those days, there were, you
No,
know,
they would look for the kids in the grass.
this sounds like you were born in the Wild West. Like, I mean, not in the region, but in the times. Like, oh, back away, where I'm from, back in the
Back
day,
in the day.
they were popping them out, them kids, because, uh, 20 kids because they lost about 50% of the whole in the grass.
CK Grace is in YouTube, and she's saying, or they are saying, go to the peaceful moments. Do you have a
Peaceful
slur for that,
moments.
Grace?
Oh yeah. Please send us this to us in world or here on the chat. We're happy to go there. Um, we're activists. CK Grace. We're activists for war, but we'll go to peaceful moments.
Yeah, we're not for war, but
No.
I'm an activist. I just don't exercise.
Aha.
Yeah,
I see. You are That's because you are part of the screen generation.
that's right. That's right. Wouldn't be here if I wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm happy. I also have a poem about junk food, and I tell people leave me alone because I like to eat it, and it makes me happy. And
Yeah. I mean, I
freedom,
don't
all about me.
absolutely. I'm not discriminating against people who are heroin addicts. Matter of fact, hey, this is. Do you see this tree?
Oh,
W-
PK says it's just around the corner from where we are.
Okay, hold on. We're gonna go there. I'm camming around this amazing tree with those little
Oh,
houses
look
in
at
there. This is Mieville Historical Hunts. This is interesting. I never heard of them. But they have different hunts here, and these little ornaments here, for example. What is this? Weekly block party dances.
Oh my gosh, you can read the book. It's kid friendly, tiny and furry friendly,
Which one?
LGBTQ plus friendly. This Rydale historical hunts.
Wait,
They've
here's
got a booklet
Mukutan.
here.
Mukutan is lost in the Mukutan is lost. It was lost in
See
the.
what I mean?
Yeah,
In the
yeah.
grass. It's
He
a
was.
real concern.
Oh yeah. He was almost lost there, or she. They were lost.
Neurodiverse and disability friendly, role play agnostic. It's really nice. One community,
I would not leave
communal
you here,
space.
Mukutan. Wait, you're talking about which book you're talking about?
Oh, here, I'll fly up to it. You'll. It's right here.
Ah, this one.
Uh
By
oh, I
design
fell
and
down.
by example from the beginning, parent built and maintained an inclusive atmosphere at Mieville. This is really interesting. I never heard of them. Let me here's the landmark. Join the group. This sounds like a very interesting story.
It does. Oh, thank you. Thank you for the group. Hold on, I have a person who wants to join us in the YouTube.
Now,
Right.
uh, CK Gray says it has a moon over it. The Peaceful Moments has a moon over it.
Well, that sounds nice. Okay,
Ah,
here I come down.
I see it.
Oh, do you see it?
I see.
Okay.
I think I see. Is this the moon with a person sitting on top of the moon? A naked fairy?
No. Oh, I see the moon. I
This is
see it over.
this. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, the peaceful moments. I think I know that place. Let's go there. Follow me. Oh, you're already walking. I'm following you, Shyla. Go, go, go. Because uh-oh, I know who lives there. We're
Who
in the
lives?
same corner like last time. We're not getting anywhere. Wait until
You
we
know
get there.
what, though?
Yeah,
We're seeing a lot of good stuff. This is how SL20B is. That's why it's two
yeah.
weeks, man.
No,
Get
no,
started right away.
absolutely. And people
Uh,
always ask, what is SL20B? And my answer is SL20B is a fantastic exhibit where Shyla and I stand in one place and talk real life politics for 2 hours. Oh, I was mistaken. This is not. I thought Frank the Frog lives here. It looked
no,
a
no,
look
this is the peaceful moments. This is great. Oh, thank
nice.
you. She Grace says it's a fairy statue and it's not naked. It's her. It's Grace's.
This is really wonderful, Grace. Thank you
Oh,
for.
the fairy naked.
Oh, she's not naked. Okay, sorry. Well, missing textures. I said earlier in the 2007 Chicago Second Life Community Convention that I attended, and I really thought like, oh my God, what am I doing here? These people are all crazy. And then a day in, I thought like, okay, I'm also crazy, so I'm gonna might just stick around. And Philip Rose had a T-shirt on that says "Textures Missing." Now, anybody out there in the real world or in Second Life, please make a T-shirt that says "Textures Missing." I think that would be pretty funny.
Oh, this is wonderful. I'm sorry, I'm coming around.
Yeah, let's look around here.
This is amazing.
CK, tell us a little bit of about this exhibit. Touch book for dandelion. Wear or add to make a wish.
I'm sitting on the table.
This Holoclock Henley fella is stalking us. It seems like he seems to
That's
be
a good thing.
some sort of talented Second Life artiste.
I'll tell you.
Murakami is getting lost. Oh, wait, that's not his name. I'm sorry. Oh God, he's getting lost in the woods again. Oh, he's walking in circles. She is.
So relaxed, you know?
You know, she
I
doing
am in a
okay?
peaceful place. Oh,
No, I mean our
Kay
friend.
says uh, her name, the name in SL is Proverbs,
Mhm.
and then some numbers, faith, and the sim is peaceful moments.
Ah, okay. So uh this is the exhibit that highlights your sim.
I
This,
create places for people to be at peace, to immerse, I love that word, and forget your troubles for a while. So we were talking about this,
this is
and this
the
is the
theme of
kind of
today.
place I need.
Yeah,
Yeah, this is because I take quiet time. I could come here and take beautiful quiet
yeah. ZK, please befriend me and message me. As you may know, I do weekly videos for the official SL channel. I would be very interested in covering your place and also the philosophy behind it.
time. Holodoc says, CK Faith, we love your place. Me and Tindy visited too. Um, uh, in Cotton Candy Bay, a beachy field with lots of sky place. And friend me too. I have nothing to offer, but
Wow, Shyla, look at this. So people on YouTube can see this. So here is this not cube, but this block of this stone block, this rectangle. And here on the one side, when you just look at the one side, it says art is pointless. You have to go out, get an actual job, and make a living. You can't just let the rest of your life be a joke, a failure. But then if you look at the full line, you go on the other side, you see that the phrase is continued on the other side. Art is pointless without passion. You have to go out and create art. Get an
Mm.
actual job doing what you love. Wow, this is cool. You see this?
Yeah. You know what I'm doing?
No?
I'm
Are you
watching on the YouTube right now, and I'm trying to use my arrow keys to cam around.
on YouTube? It's like, why can't I cam on the side of this box?
I know. Oh,
I'm gonna take a picture.
oh, great, great. Yeah, let me give you CK. Let me give you my username.
Peaceful moments. Very cool. This is very cool. Starving artist. How does it continue? Be a joke, a failure for the rest of your life. You can't just let other people define the rest of your life and say you will be a joke, a failure. Follow your heart. You will end up happy and free, not a starving artist. Love your art and contribute to society by inspiring people instead of wasting time letting others tell you you're worthless. You can change the world. Wow. This is very, very cool.
I totally agree. You know, it
But
was a scary thing. I think a lot of I don't know, maybe not a lot, but I was one of the kids who grew up with parents who said, "Don't go into art; you'll never make a living, or it's a risky living, or you might
oh
do
yeah.
well and then well." And I meet so many artists today that said it was doable.
Well,
You
you
know,
well yeah, I think actually let me you know what mansplaining is?
yeah. Please mansplain to me.
No.
I'm
I'm
just a gecko.
I'm draxplaining. That's even worse. So
Oh
let me
no.
draxplain it to people who don't understand what's going on. Here's this object where on the one side, if you only look at this one plane, you read this art is pointless. You have to go out and get an actual job and make a living. But when you look at it in a different angle, hint
That's
hint, hello. Let me draxplain what that means. No,
right.
this is just awesome. I
It's
wow.
amazing. It's a
This is
wonderful.
this is the this is like the Al Jaffe in a way. Well, it's different, but you know who Al Jaffe was or is? Well, he passed away actually earlier this year. Al Jaffe was a cartoonist and illustrator for Mad Magazine,
That's right.
and he did the and I
I
don't
confirm your answer.
what what
Yes, that's right. You got it right.
why can I not befriend Mukutan?
I don't know.
Hmm.
Here, I'll friend Holodeck here.
Holodeck? Don't call him Holodeck. He's gonna kill you.
Holoclick. Oh my gosh. These glasses and this brain.
If I so well, Al Jaffe illustrated these folding drawings that then became something very different. I don't know what the official term is actually. Oh God, what? Can somebody help me out in the chat?
Oh, let's see. I'll read a little chat too. Oh, Grace is logging in. She's
Fold
going to
in. There we
join
go. They
us.
called it fold ins.
But Roxy says this cube is true. It's the making of her life. Art. Grace says, my laptop is so slow, but on my way. Oh, and the art box is free.
The
Can we
art
get
box
the
is free.
art box?
Well, touch for free gifts. I'm gonna
Yeah,
put it
maybe.
on the book club. I'm gonna put it on the book club island.
We go. Accept. What is the pronoun? What is my pronoun? You can call me she, her, or I'm okay with they, them.
This is the second person who doesn't know who you are, Shyla. This is strange.
But, poetry.
Shyla is so famous. I mean, honestly, I went with the movie. We went all over the world. I mean, mainly the film festival. film festivals were in the U.S., but then people were talking about Shyla, who have never been in SL. That was really amazing, and the laugh line was when you were talking about the screen generation. That was always a laugh in the theaters. Hello, Faith.
Hi, Faith.
Let me befriend you, if you may. This object is not for sale. You're not an object. Oh, somebody. Who is this? We're joined by some interesting
Sarah
people.
KB7. Oh, Sarah's applauding. Thank you, Sarah.
Sarah's running away. She had enough of real life. Don't run away from us.
Hold on, I'm going to put some notes in about Faith.
Faith, this place is wonderful. Don't get distracted by me camming over there because I just saw a Boyberry ad. This is undoubtedly the male brand from Blueberry. I don't know, maybe it is. Boyberry.
Maybe.
Jesus Christ. There's an attractive older guy with white hair. This is who I want to be when I grow up. But he's not rezzing. Faith, please message me or email me for submission. I can't cam over to you to befriend you because there's an invisible object. Here we go. Thank you. I have to unfortunately tell folks that we're going to have to wrap it in the next minutes because Shyla and I have to do a meeting. And honestly, it is so hot that I'm afraid that this computer will not. This computer already had the power supply die a couple of times,
Oh, gosh.
and it's a new machine, brand new. It's extremely expensive, and I was really horrified when the old machine died. Um,
You
maybe
know what I think, though? We should have a commitment next year to do 27 hours at SL21B. I think we might get it all in a little politics, too.
a little. Well, I mean, if I could offer. I don't think this is necessarily a bad idea, but I have a better one because my continued goal is to lose the goodwill of the public at large. And I have the perfect strategy to do that, which is to stand in a corner and read uh, David Foster Wallace's Infinite Jest for 27 hours until I keel over
Oh, wow.
on a live
Nonstop?
stream. Yeah, on a live stream, just in on sitting on a bench,
Not even a kind of, I don't know what it would be.
no breaks.
7 hours. You know, I feel like I need to be IMing people during this whole thing, saying, "Oh, here's Roxy. Roxy joined us in World." Um, oh, and Natalie's here. Hi, Natalie. Natalie's in YouTube. It's so nice to have everybody.
Yeah. And actually, I'm camming over here, and people can see it on YouTube. There is Nitwacket's Machinima tower here, where he plays Machinima when we were prims. This is our prim game. This is so cool. So this is this tower here, and before we go, I want to cam to. We were somewhere earlier where it says Slife or something. Oh, SL Life, the game. Uh, uh, anyway, so folks, three things real quick. Strawberry from Linden Lab just told me earlier today that, and they may have published this publicly, this information that SL20B will stay open until July 16th. They may have already mentioned that, so that's cool. That is till Thursday. Um, and no, wait, this is Sunday. What am I talking about? Sunday.
Yeah, we're on Sunday.
Also, we're gonna finish the stream now. Charlotte, I will go to a meeting at the bottom of the hour. We can meet a little bit later also, Charlotte, if you want to stick around. But I have to prepare for this meeting. Charlotte just lost an eye here on my screen. That looks hilarious.
Ow!
Yeah, I'm
My
sorry.
gosh.
And
That hurt.
to this Wednesday, I want to also invite people to the Second Life Book Club. We are thinning it out. We only do monthly. We have a few bi-monthly shows still, but this Wednesday is a huge show. We have back with us is Matt Ruff, who wrote, of course, Lovecraft Country, which was made into an amazing television show, which I have not seen, but I know it's great because I know the people behind it. I don't watch TV, blah, blah, blah. I don't want to get into it. But Matt Ruff is our guest. Lovecraft Country, an amazing book, an important book about racism in America. One can argue that the title Lovecraft Country, a country of monsters and constant threats, is America if you're not super rich. But Matt has written a sequel which is called The Destroyer of Worlds, which is out now. And we're doing this on Wednesday at the usual time at 12 o'clock Pacific time, 12 o'clock Second Life time. And the venue is on Book Club Island. You can find Book Club Island easily by searching for it. You'll find it. We have 4 islands
You
now.
know,
This is on island number 4. Yeah, Shyla?
I've lost an eye. I've lost my clothes. You're
Oh, you lost
you're
your clothes too.
videotaping me naked
Naked at
on
peaceful
YouTube.
moments.
Peaceful.
Peaceful
I guess that
moments.
makes sense. You know,
These moments are
own
so
your
full of
body, no body shame.
no. Yes. Um. So yeah, Shyla is doing research for this, and she has actually uncovered that Matt Ruff, I think one of my favorite contemporary American authors, certainly one of the most famous one. He illustrated a cartoon when he was 10 years old. So we're building a brand new venue for this Lovecraft Country Destroyer of Worlds show on Wednesday, and we're using his illustrations there. So if you're not familiar with Matt Ruff, um, you should be because he is just an incredibly important contemporary author. Lovecraft Country is an incredible book. Not his best. It's brilliant, but his best is actually alternative history, The Mirage, where there's a united Arab states and a terrorist attack has occurred, and it was they on 1109, and a tower was destroyed by terrorists who came from a fundamentalist country called the United States of America. So that's his book, The Mirage, which I also recommend. All right.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Shyla. I'm going to get us out with the song again, Lonely Wolf, my
Okay.
tribute to furry
Yeah.
culture. And goodbye. I hope I see you guys around. Goodbye.
Night and day is different for me than for other wolves. They run in a pack, but I roam alone. As soon as the sun rises, I join the human race. I walk among the fair-skinned. Oh, I walk among the ones that carry briefcases to work. I hide behind my shades. I can walk on 2 legs, just like them. But inside my fur, I feel like I'm an imposter, like it's all a charade. I'm shivering like I don't belong here, like my feet shouldn't touch the concrete. Still I do my 9 to 5. Oh, I've done so my whole life. I wouldn't want to rock the boat, not now, it's already shaking. Will they look beyond my wolf's grin? Oh, can they look past my sharp claws? 'Cause underneath these paws there's the thumping, a heart beating, and a soul searching for a land undivided by fur and skin. I'm the lonely wolf, and I'll keep dreaming. I'll keep dreaming. I'll keep dreaming. I'll keep dreaming. I'd love to find the someone who takes me for who I am. We both sit by the fire, sit close, and look look into each other's heart. The truth is, I don't know where to start. No one seems to understand what I mean when I say that I live. I live between the hope of dawn and the peril of the dream. Will they look beyond my wolf's grin? Oh, can they look past my sharp claws? 'Cause underneath these paws there's the pumping, a heartbeat, and a soul searching for a land undivided by current spin. I'm a lonely wolf and I'll keep dreaming. Will they look beyond my wolf's grin? Can they look past my sharp claws? Will they see the blood? Can they feel the heart beating? Can they see the soul? Will they look for the land? Will they touch my fur? Will they touch the skin? I keep dreaming, I keep dreaming. Oh, I keep dreaming. I keep dreaming. I keep dreaming. Keep the dream alive. Keep it alive. The dream.